Hi guys, and welcome to yet another video on my channel. I am currently in the process of house sitting for a really good friend of mine, and this is their kitchen. So the setup is a little bit wacky. I really wanted it to be turned slightly over this way, like facing this way, because there's some beautiful brick wall that you might see that's on the side of the wall, but the sun is really ridiculously bright over there. Today I'm going to be talking about a book which I'm so excited to be talking about. It may be one of my favourite books. It's definitely one of my favourite books I've read this year, but it might be one of, it probably is my favourite book that I've read in the past 2 months. And really soon I will be doing a reading wrap up, but I wanted to combine March and April together because I think I only read like 2 books in March and I didn't really see that as being worth a video. So that is something for you guys to look forward to. I'm just going to take a drink of juice. So good. So my friends, today I will be reviewing the book Radical Self-Love by Gala for you. This book is so beautiful. A little bit of background on me, and you may have seen from other videos on my channel, is that I am a huge advocate for self-love. It's definitely something that I feel is very important. My whole work and everything that I do is all based around young women and self-love and them falling in love with who they are. And this book just came at a perfect time. So I just recently ran my first ever girls group called Belle, and it was just beautiful. We have a Facebook page if you want to like it and see all the cool stuff that we're doing, but it's just amazing. It was like a 6-week program with 10 girls, and we went over all these different parts of self-love, and it was just wrapping up and when I started reading Radical Self-Love, and it just came at the most wonderful time. Something I really love about Gala is she is a New Zealander who's living in the UK, and so her perspective on things is, and the way she talks and stuff like that and writes and things is just so interesting, and I really loved it. It was a pleasure to read. I sped through it so quickly, and I found myself, I'd be sitting at things like I went the other night to a Shakespeare festival, and so they did little excerpts from Shakespeare, and they'd have little breaks in between and stuff like that, and during the breaks I would be like getting it out and just reading a few more pages and stuff. And it's laid out in a way that is just so cool because it'll have like a big title, and it has like drawings in it and like illustration, and then at the end of each chapter it will have a section with homework in it, so you can kind of take it as you really want to. And it's like, I feel like the way it's written is just so intelligent and amazing, because it's like, not only are you reading and taking in this information, but it has all the way through, it's got ways you can apply principles from it directly into your life. There were obviously parts of the book that I didn't necessarily feel like I needed myself. There was a whole part on making a great first impression and meeting people and making friends and things like that, and I kind of skim read over a bit of that because I did find that a lot of things she talked about is stuff that I already do, and so I was kind of like, oh well, I don't really need this part, but I can definitely see that a whole lot of other people would need that part, and there would be parts in the book that other people would feel the same. They'd be like, oh well, I've kind of got this part down packed, but I could really strengthen this other area, so I'm going to read more into that and really invest that and kind of start to apply it into my real life. So today, in honour of Radical Self-Love, I am wearing no makeup. This is just what my face looks like. I considered not doing my hair, but it was kind of already done, and so yeah, I kind of couldn't really do anything about that. But so I just wanted to show you guys, and my face is like paler than my body because I wear sunscreen and things like that. But yeah, so I wanted to show you guys that it's not all about the makeup and the whatever and stuff like that, but there's something, yeah, that there are a lot of things that we can take away from Radical Self-Love that really can impact us where we're at, especially as women. So there were a few things in this book, however, that I myself would not take and apply into my own life. there are a few things that talk about, you know, specifically relationships and things like that I don't exactly 100% agree with. However, if you looked at it as an objective kind of person, and there are a lot of really cool things that you can kind of take from this, that you can go, yeah, this is something for me and this is maybe something for somebody else. I feel like in a lot of ways I have been through quite a journey with loving myself and things like that, and I've come quite far, and so because of that I thought maybe I would be reading this book to take things from it to apply to my work with young women. But there were still things in it that I definitely do take away. I loved the whole concept, and I've been talking about this for a few weeks now since I've read it, basically that we get to decide the kind of person we are. And I feel like that this is something that's not really talked about a huge amount, that things that have happened to us and stuff like that don't define the kind of person that we are. And it just really hit me in a new way, particularly recently in my life, is that we get to decide who we are, and not for myself but for more the people around me. It's like they were kind of almost just resting in this kind of knowing that, oh, this is me, this is who I'll be forever, and that's it. And it's kind of no, we're constantly evolving, we're constantly changing humans, stuff happens to us, we do stuff, we make decisions, and it changes everything. And not only is that okay, but it's amazing because stuff is happening around us all the time. It's like life's never boring. But regardless of what happens to us or what choices we make, all of that stuff, it's we at the end of the day can still decide to be somebody different than our circumstances would have us say that we are. Not defined by the things that we do, or you know, our success or our failure. What defines us is what we decide defines us. And I just feel like that is so powerful. The phone's ringing. If we can take that concept and harness it into our very fibre of our being, that we get to decide the kind of person that we are, and even how we respond to things and all of it, it's just so powerful and it's so freeing. Oh my gosh. And it talks a lot about, oh, there was another thing that stood out that I felt like was really cool, and it was talking about living in a way that you have already achieved the dreams and the aspirations that you have. And basically what that means is it's all around manifesting and all of that kind of stuff, but which I'm not 100% sure about for myself. But they talked about if you want a promotion at work, that you should dress like somebody who's already been given the promotion, and things like that, and really owning stuff and taking ownership for stuff before it's happened. And if you want to one day be a published author, what kind of lifestyle would a published author have? You know, where would they hang out, and what would they be doing with their time, and what kind of people would they be surrounding themselves with? How would they dress? How would they talk? How would they interact with people? How would they respect themselves and things like that? And I was just like, whoa, that is so cool. If you really you take it and you harness it and think about it, it's like living in a way that great things have already happened to you. Not only are you going to be so positive and have such an amazing outlook on life, you are drawing positivity and all of these amazing things into your world. And so it's like the power of positive thinking and all of that stuff. And it doesn't say it doesn't mean don't work hard for things. It means not only work hard for the things that you want, but act like they've already happened, and don't hold back living this amazing life and go, oh well, it will be amazing when I've done all of this. It's live that kind of life now. What are we doing? Why are we not living like this now? It's just can you not itch yourself? There are 3 dogs in this house right now, and it is very exciting, but it's also very noisy because they're always they're always doing that thing where they shake their bodies and they itch themselves, and they're always eating. Radical self-love. I feel like this is a book that I would definitely read. I would like to read it in like a year's time and see what I take out of it in a year's time versus where I'm at as a human being now to where I will be at then. I'm just so excited. I recommend this book to older women, to younger women. I would mostly recommend this to people my own age. I feel like I took a lot more out of it as a young adult woman than what I would have as a young person. I feel like as a young person I felt like I had it all together, but as a young and like a growing adult human, I feel like I know my strengths, my weaknesses, and I'm pretty in tune with who I am. So I feel like I got quite a lot of it out of it from that perspective. But if you're not at that place either, you're going to get a lot out of it. I would totally recommend this to my mum. I'm thinking about getting this book for her for Mother's Day. I have it on my iPad, but I know I was telling my sister about it and she said it was really cheap for her. She's looking at getting it on Amazon and she said it was really cheap. So I would just say, just look out for the deals, you'll find something. The cover is just downright beautiful, and I feel like everything within the book, the way it's laid out, the way it's presented, the journey that it takes you through as you're reading it and stuff like that, it's so much more than a self-help book. It is made for women, which is just so cool. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 star Goodreads rating, and it was just so beautiful to read. You know, there were some things in it where I was like, oh, that's a bit hard to hear, but it was what I needed to hear. And wow, it just wasn't the like run-of-the-mill fluffy self-help book where you kind of read like 3 chapters and then go, okay, I don't really care anymore. Like I don't need someone to tell me that I should eat more fruits and vegetables or go to the gym more. Like I already know. This was like on another level. It just got me right in the soul, and I'm going to be taking principles from it definitely and applying it into my work as I continue to build an empire of young women who love themselves, because that's what's important to me and should be important to you. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review in this weird location with my naked makeup free face, and I will see you guys in my next video.